Hello class! Today we are going to learn how to calculate the volume of 3D shapes. The definition of volume is the quantity of a three-dimensional space that is enclosed. Volume is measured in cubic units. The basic equation to find volume is length times width times height. You can shorten this equation by just using L times W times H, which means the same thing. To calculate the volume of a cube, you will need to know the length, width, and height of it. For a cube, all three sides will be the same. Sometimes the measurements will be given to you, and other times you may have to find them yourself. Once you have the measurements, you will need to multiply all three sides together to find the volume.
Okay, I'm going to do an example of how to find the volume of a cube. Here's our cube, and the measurements are given, and here's our equation. Volume equals length times width times height, which shortened is V equals L times W times H. Since we have our measurements, we can go ahead and plug them into the equation. So it would be volume equals 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters. So now we can solve it, which is volume equals 2 times 2 is 4 centimeters times 2 centimeters, which 4 times 2 is 8 centimeters. And since we've multiplied centimeters 3 times and volume's measured in cubic units, it's 8 centimeters cubed. So the volume of this cube is 8 centimeters cubed, and that is your answer.
To calculate the volume of a rectangular prism, you will need to find the length, width, and height of the rectangular prism. The sides of a rectangular prism are not the same like they are in a cube, but you still multiply all the sides together.
Now I'm going to show y'all an example of how to find the volume of a rectangular prism. Now on the cube all the sides were the same, here they're not, so it's not going to be as simple. So once again, we have our measurements and we have our equation. Since we already have our measurements, we can go ahead and plug them into the equation. So volume equals length is 2 inches, the width is 4 inches, and the height is 1 inch. So now we multiply it out. 2 times 4 is 8 inches. And now we finish it. 8 times 1 is 8 inches. And also, since we've multiplied inches 3 times, it's 8 inches cubed. So the volume of the rectangular prism is 8 inches cubed. And that is your answer.
We now know how to find the volume of a cube and rectangular prism. One way we can use this in real life would be to measure the volume of a swimming pool. There are many other 3D shapes that we can find the volume of. But for now, we're going to worry about the cube and rectangular prism.